What's going on, everyone? StevoSupremo back again with another video, and as you see from the title of the video, these are going to be some beloved games that I have just never beaten that I want to talk about and share, because I know other people are probably guilty of the same thing, where there's games out there that we just never have time to play, or we've wanted to play, or we've tried them and we just haven't beaten them or finished them. And I got 10 here that I think will surprise a lot of you guys that I've never tried. Now, some of them you guys might not think are critically acclaimed or beloved. Some are kind of cult games, but some are surprises that you probably think I would have played by now, and I just haven't. So the kind of catch to this is that I have to own the game. I'm only showing games that I own. There's a bunch more out there that I don't own, but these are ones in my collection that I've gathered that, you know what, I figured I'd show off and say, yeah, I just haven't beaten these games, so let's get into it. Also, at the end of this video will be the contest drawing for the Metroid figure set and the gift card, so make sure you stay tuned to the end to see who wins the contest. Alright, one of the first ones right off the bat, heavy hitter, Final Fantasy VII. Yes, I have never beaten this game, never beaten any of these games, and Final Fantasy VII is one of these beloved, cherished games that a lot of RPG gamers love. Even the remake that just came out, I even tried that on the free download version on my PS5 and just couldn't really get into it. Now, I do still eventually want to go out back and play the classic, and I have pumped it in or put it in just to play that initial intro section, maybe for about an hour or two, but no, I've never beat it. And it's one of those games, like RPGs ask for a heavy time investment, and it's just something I haven't put the time into wanting to play yet. Yes, I will go back and play it, but for right now, it's just kind of sitting in the collection. I don't know when it's going to be the time for it, so yeah, Final Fantasy VII is the first one. Now, pick number 2, just to kind of mix things up here, it's also a PlayStation 1 game, and I am a big fan, as most of you guys who've probably been with the channel for a while know, of the Resident Evil series, Resident Evil 2 being one of my favorite games of all time. And Capcom also created another series known as Dino Crisis. Yes, this is one of these ones I wouldn't say is critically acclaimed or beloved, but I know this has a lot of fans behind it, and me being the big fan of Resident Evil that I am, some people might find it shocking that I've never beaten Dino Crisis, since it's kind of the similar vein and formula as the classic Resident Evil games, just with dinosaurs. But no, I have not. I have not beaten it. I remember playing one, I downloaded it on my Vita, because there were a certain select few of PlayStation 1 games on the PlayStation Store you could download on the Vita to play, and yeah, just never got the chance to beating it or sticking with it. So yeah, Dino Crisis. Alright, and since we're still on the system, and I'll get it out the way, the last PlayStation 1 game, technically right here, that I want to get out the way is Xenogears. Xenogears, another beloved RPG, JRPG by many JRPG fans, and now let's see if that phone interrupts. This is a game that, once again, on the Vita, I downloaded it and want to play it through the digital version on my Vita, only because I didn't have a physical copy. They were so expensive. But I recently got this copy too, before the prices started getting crazy again on all these retro games, and it's always an RPG that I've wanted to go and play, since I'm a big fan of the Xenoblade Chronicles games you can see back there. Love that series of games in the Xeno verse, but the one that kind of got it all started, Xenogears, I've never played, so yeah, another one on the list. And the next one I kind of want to point out, because I've recently in the last few years become a big fan of this series, and that is the Dragon Quest series, and Dragon Quest VIII in particular. I have not played and beaten. This is, when you ask fans of Dragon Quest what their favorite Dragon Quest is, most of the people say it's Dragon Quest VIII, and this is the remake that came out on the 3DS, and I do have the PS2 version as well. But good news is I am currently playing through this right now, but I have not beaten it yet. So I just wanted to put it in this video to say, yeah, after all these years when it came out, one of the most beloved games in the series, I still haven't beaten, but we are working on it. So hopefully stay tuned for a review later this year on this game. Alright, next let's mix it up a bit, and I do have the other copies of games in this series But like I've said in other videos, a lot of my games are in boxes still, and I don't want to dig through anything to pull them out. So we're going to go with the release that just came out on the Switch, and Pikmin 3, but more importantly, just any game in the series, Pikmin 1, 2, or 3. I haven't played any of them. And this is a very beloved series amongst Nintendo fans, and it's just one I've never gotten a chance to go around and playing. And people are sitting here asking for Pikmin 4 when I haven't even played any of the first 3. So I don't know if it's something where I need to play the first one to enjoy the other ones, or if I can just go ahead and dive into number 3 since it's on the Switch. You guys let me know in the comments below, because it is a series I've been really wanting to play. And again, just, yeah, I gotta be in the mood for certain games, and this is a game that I figure I would have to be in the mood for, like, you know what, it's time to get in there and jump into that. So yeah, anything in Pikmin. Alright, moving on to the next one. Let's mix it up with one of these kind of cult games again, and let's talk about, this hurts to say, Deadly Premonition. And it's a game I own several times over. I own the PS3 copy, I own this copy, I own it on the computer, I own it on the Nintendo Switch. I own multiple copies of this game, yet I have never finished it. When I first got it on the 360, I put a lot of hours into it. I just never got around to finishing it. Something new would always come out and just deter me from finishing it. And it's one of those games where you can't sit away from a little bit then go back to, in my opinion, to play, because you kind of lose track of the story. So I went to boot it up again on PC about a year or two ago, and PC version was not working on my computer. Now I have it on a Switch, booted it up on that because I knew the second one was coming out, still never finished it. And it's a game that I love so much while playing it, just because I'm a big Twin Peaks fan. It has you've heard all the similarities before, the vibes and everything from it. The music, the characters that I met in it so far are just great. And it's one I really need to finish because it's a beloved cult game that people just really enjoy. There's a reason the second one was made, because it had that following. So, flaws and all, I gotta finish this game one day. Alright, so the next game I want to talk about, we're kind of cheating because it technically is a PS1 game, but that is Castlevania Symphony of the Night. But the only physical version I own of it is on Castlevania The Dracula X Chronicles, and you have to beat Rondo of Blood to actually unlock Symphony of the Night on here. Now I do own a, it released a long time ago on the Xbox Live Arcade when I had my 360, so I bought it and downloaded it there. But I re-downloaded it again on my Xbox One when I got that last year. But as big of a fan as the Castlevania franchise I am, it's because it's something that, yeah, the last 5 or 6 years is what I've really been getting into it. And the first couple of times I went to too many games and everything, I just never pulled the trigger on Symphony of the Night. And now the game is like quadruple times over from the original price where I saw it at back there. So it's one of those things I'm kicking myself about not getting. But one day it will be in my collection. But until now, this is the only copy I own of it. And yeah, I've never played it or beat it. I have played a little bit of it, but have not beaten it. It's always been the intimidation of having to, I know what happens, so redoing the castle again, it's just one of the where it flips it upside down and you replay through the castle again. It's kind of like, man, I gotta do it again, but I'm past that. I'm over that now of thinking that way, and it's a game that I guarantee will be beaten soon in the future, and I'm looking forward to it, but yet I have not beaten it. Alright, we're going back again and hitting into some more RPG love, and the next one I want to talk about is Super Mario RPG The Legend of the Seven Stars. This is a game, again, I own a complete box copy on Super Nintendo. They have it on the Super Nintendo Classic I got. I mean, there's multiple ways I can play it. I just never have finished it. I have started this game up multiple times, but never put enough time in it to finish it. And I love the combat system in these Mario RPG games. This is right up my alley of RPGs that I like. It's one that I really need to play one day and finish. It's just something again, RPGs, time. But again, I will make time for it. And it'd be nice to play this actually original cartridge on my Super Nintendo to get a true feeling of playing through it. So, and streaming it. This would be a fun one to stream too. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the day I actually commit to it. But until now, I've still yet to beat Super Mario RPG. And we'll go ahead and stick with the Mario theme here and talk about one of its most beloved platformers that have come out in fairly recent years, and one that was kind of snubbed from the 3D All-Stars list, and that is Super Mario Galaxy 2. I'm a big fan of all the 3D Mario platforming games, and I've beaten them all, except for this one. Beaten Super Mario 64, beaten Mario Sunshine, beaten Odyssey, beaten, is there anything else I'm missing on All-Stars? Beaten Galaxy 1. I mean, I've beaten every 3D Mario game, except Super Mario Galaxy 2. And everyone says, well, most people say it's even better than Galaxy 1, and I love Mario Galaxy 1. Again, it's just one where it's kind of different. It's one where you kind of don't know when the next entry in the series is going to happen, and there's only so many 3D Mario platformers, and it's like, I'm going to put it off till I really want that urge to play one. And then by the time I want to play one, hey, a new one gets announced, like in Odyssey or something. So this will be one again that, yes, it will get finished one day. I know my son's been wanting to play through the Galaxy games. He's been playing through them on the Switch. 3D All-Stars, the first one. But the only way to play this one right now is to actually inconveniently plug up my Wii U as well, or my Wii, that I just don't have an area really to put it at right now. And again, it's packed away. So one day it will get beaten, but until now, have not beaten Galaxy 2. And last but not least, we're going to end with one of the most recent games, and it is a sequel. And it's a game that won Game of the Year when it came out. It's a game where the first entry in the series, I loved it. It blew me away. It's a game I had always been wanting for, a good Western open world game made by Rockstar, and the sequel, Red Dead Redemption 2, I have not beaten. And again, this is one, like so many Game of the Year awards. I think it even reviewed better than the first one. Not technically sure, I can't remember, but again, a beloved game. And I have it installed on my PS4, but have never even booted it up once. Not once. I put it in there to get installed, to get ready to play it, but yet to do it. I want to say this year will be the year where I do play it, but I don't know. I don't know what kept me from wanting to do it again. I know it's heavy in time investment, and I know there's some like micromanaging with food and sleep and everything in the game, and that kind of stuff kind of irritates me in games I don't like, but I've heard it's not that big of a deal. So it's one I really, really, really need to play. And it's going to stink when it does too, because again, even though there probably will be a third, I know the online version of this game is really big, so who knows? Who knows whenever it'll ever come out again. So, man, I need to play it. I really feel bad about this one just because how much I love the first. So, but last but not least, Red Dead 2. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed that, and I know there's more I could even add to this list. There's probably bunches of them behind me in that Switch collection that I could add to this list. But for now, I know those are some beloved games that are classic games that people love and enjoy. Some even more recent ones that people just love. They're critically acclaimed that I have yet to beat. Some I haven't even played. So what are some games that you're guilty of? Go ahead and leave them in the comments below. Do a review yourself. I'll check it out because I know we're all guilty of this. Like I said, there's only so much time to give these games attention. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright everyone, we're at the part of the video where we're going to do the contest drawing. I have all the names who entered into it here in a list that's going to generate on a wheel, and I guess it spins and we see who gets the winner, who gets to claim the Metroid figure set and the $20 gift card selection of your choosing. So I hope I also have a way to contact you whoever way wins. So I hope if you're on Facebook, it's way easier because we can message each other there. So let's hit submit. Alright, the names are here. I don't see where I need to click. The wheel? Oh, here we go. And the winner is William David. Oh, my buddy Bishop. Hey man, you are the winner of this contest. So I can get to you on Facebook, and yeah, I'll be sending these figures your way, man, and the $20 gift card selection of your choosing. So thanks again to all those who entered into the contest. I appreciate it. Everyone who participated, and congrats, David.